Kadena, if you haven't heard of us before, we are a hybrid blockchain protocol. And what that means is that we have both a public proof-of-work blockchain and a permissioned blockchain. And then we have a smart contract language that fits on top of both of these protocols. So you can write a single application that works on both layers at the same time, and you can put your information and application on either one side or the other, or both, depending on how it fits your needs. So the public blockchain is called ChainWeb, and we are proof of work, like Bitcoin, but we have our own unique twist to the protocol layer. The way that it works is there are many parallel chains that all generate blocks all at the same time. Rather than having miners all compete to make a single block, you can have multiple successes all at the same time, but the chains are linked together by having the hash of some peer chains included in each block. So you can imagine that with all of these chains running at the same time, you get much higher performance in terms of throughput, and we get higher transactions per second. And you can read our security paper, which goes through about how all these hash links, similar to how Ghost gives you more security in Ethereum, more of these hash links gives you more security in ChainWeb. Our permission blockchain is already in use by enterprises, and it's available on the AWS Marketplace if you'd like to try it. We spun out of the JP Morgan Blockchain Research Labs 3 years ago, and our technology for permission blockchain is basically Tendermint, but makes some assumptions about your hardware so that it can run extremely performant on an enterprise-grade network. Our smart contract language is called Pact, and Pact is designed to be the simplest and safest smart contract language. And I know that that sounds hyperbolic, but we've never had a developer take less than a few days to learn how to use Pact. It's crafted specifically for blockchain by Stuart Popejoy, our co-founder, who made the trading language at JP Morgan, which they use for traders to take their ideas and translate them directly into code without having to go through a code monkey. Same idea works for Pact smart contracts. Your lawyer and your business people can read a smart contract and understand what's going on without having to go through a developer team. So Pact fits on top of both scalable BFT and ChainWeb. This is the Kadena platform. So compared to other projects in the space right now, we are proof of work because it's been battle tested. You know that proof of work, Bitcoin has stood the test of time for 10 years now. So we think that proof of work, if you can make it scalable, is exactly how we're going to drive the future of public blockchain. We are designed for scale, so we are one of these generation 2 base layer protocols, like a Dfinity or a Cosmos or a Hashgraph. But we also come with a smart contract layer. We are designed for performance smart contracts. So unlike everybody else on this grid, we fit all 3 of these buckets. So Pact, digging into how Pact works and why it is so great, it is Turing incomplete, which means that you can't find the shortest path using Dijkstra's algorithm from New York to LA, but you wouldn't do that on a blockchain anyway, so don't waste your time. And it saves you from things like the DAO hack, where somebody can go in and recursively hit your contract. We have a full formal verification system, which means that you, as a user, can write code with annotations in it, like prove that this address can't go below 0. And you save your code and it runs and it checks it for you. This isn't like a formally verified compiler. This is your code formally verified. Our smart contracts are also upgradable, which means that you can go in and if you have a bug, you can fix it. And if the terms of your business contract change, you can go in and you can amend it. Scalable BFT, let's not spend too much time on it, but the idea is basically it's really fast and it works very well and it's available on AWS. ChainWeb, we don't have time to go through the entire consensus architecture, but the idea is that we are parallelized proof of work, and for higher throughput and higher security because of all the hash linking, you can grow your network in size and still use the same energy that you would have used to run for, say, Bitcoin. Each chain maintains its own individual ledger, and you can transfer tokens from one chain to another using simple payment verification. So each chain maintains its own idea of state, but by moving things from one chain to the other, you can effectively have a large network that spans globally while still maintaining individual state on each chain. So I don't have time to talk about all 8 of our active client projects right now. So instead, I'm going to pick one. This is what we announced on Monday. We are working with a company that made the very first US oil ETF in the 90s, giving investors access to oil on a retail basis rather than through a futures market. And so we, with them, are building a brand new way to trade assets on a blockchain. So this year, we are launching ChainWeb on October 30th. We announced that date this week. So join our Discord chat and find out what else we're working on. And if you're interested in mining, definitely join our chat because that's what I'm focused on right now.